Hello ladies, welcome to my channel. Before you click off, if you're new here, I can see most of the analytics that majority of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed to this channel. So I'd be so honored if you like this video, if you subscribed. Don't forget to press the like button if you like what you see here today, because it really helps more of my videos be seen in the algorithm. So with that, let's talk a bit more about old money. So as you saw by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about some of the old money core values.
The first core value of old money is health. You can have $1 million in the bank, but if you are not healthy, you are truly not wealthy.
And broadly speaking, we're going to be talking about health. Old money really values health, whether that be financial health, dental health, physical health, etc. So I thought we could talk about some of the ways that we can expand on our physical health first. I mean, it's like the most common sense way to first talking about health, isn't it? So regardless of your budget, there are definitely ways that we can put exercise routines into practice. I personally subscribe to Beachbody On Demand, and I use it's almost like Netflix, but workout programs. Albeit I don't work out as much as I should, it is a work in progress. But regardless of if you have a subscription service like this, you can totally go on YouTube and find free programs on there. I love, if I'm trying to try out like a new yoga, I'll go onto YouTube, I'll try out a class on there and see if I even like it. If I like it, then I can go outside of the house and then see if I can find a class that offers this style of yoga locally. Have you heard of Peloton? Who hasn't? Not everybody has Peloton money, but you can totally go to thrift shops and find stationary bikes there. Getting started on your fitness journey isn't necessarily always going to be a heavily financial one. Sometimes the biggest barrier to entry is actually getting motivated to get started. I know that's where I struggle, but maybe you can incorporate a Peloton or a stationary bike to your routine. Let's talk about the most cost-effective workout routine out there, running. I want to get into running. I don't know why. There's a few things in life that I just want to learn to love. Running, golf, and I want to expand on my wine knowledge. Since I was in my early 20s, this has been something where I was like, if I could just get up early, play golf, and learn how to run, I feel like I would be hitting all the areas of success. I think I felt like that because I'm not a good runner. I've never been able to do it, but I look at some of the people on my social media feeds and they'll go for a run and they get this high, and I admire it. And so that's something that I'm looking at expanding on in the near future. But if you are somebody that is kind of strapped for budget, why not go for a run?
Old money prioritizes healthy living through diet as well. Most old money households eat fresh vegetables and fruit, lean meats, usually purchased on a weekly basis. Old money avoids fast food, processed food, and heavy, overly sweet foods, and watches carbs carefully. Carbonated drinks are limited if consumed at all. Fruit juices, vegetable juices, and filtered water figure prominently. Organic foods or food grown at home in a garden are not uncommon.
A lot of people hate the word diet. I think sometimes we get too hung up on the words or the phrases. We essentially understand what people mean. And although I'm not a dietitian or really should be handing out any dietary advice on the internet, here are some of the things that I have learned from this book. Ditch the canned food. Fresh is best. Mind blown. Obviously, fresh is going to be best. I started geeking out on food and nutrition back when I was living in Canada, because I started looking into the concept of freeze drying, and then there was a MLM company that was gaining popularity in the town that I'm from, and their whole concept was to sell freeze-dried food, because freeze-dried food holds on to the nutritional value that it has at the time when it is freeze-dried. And so the whole concept of it is that they would freeze dry it within 12 hours of being picked, and then it would hold on to 97% of the nutritional value that it had. So coming from where I used to live in Canada, I think it was something between 27 and 30 days that we were eating food after it's been picked. And so remember when I said that food is losing its nutritional value from the minute that it's picked? So not only are most foods GMO these days, but when you're eating food between 27 and 30 days after it's being picked, it literally has like no nutritional value to it. It's basically like you're eating cardboard. So try and get the freshest food that you can. You'll actually be fueling your body with the nutrients that it is craving, and you'll find that you actually won't have as many cravings because your body it's not yearning for anything because it's getting the nutrients that it needs. Obviously, it goes without saying, if you can afford organic, get organic. However, not all organic is created equally. So I believe spinach is something that you should try to get organic because the rest of it is like crazy GMO and just like no nutritional value to it. So do your research and see which items you should get organic for and maybe which items you can skip getting organic for. Can you go to the farmer's market? Not only is the farmer's market such a way to elevate your weekly shopping experience, but it's usually going to have the most fresh local produce, and usually it's not going to have as much chemicals on it, pesticides, GMOs, etc. Which brings me to the next point, and that is to eat seasonally. If you're eating seasonally, you know that you are getting something that is fresh, obviously in season, and it's not been pumped with gosh knows what to get it to grow at a time when it's not seasonally growing. Can you garden? Just this past weekend, I saw this ad on Facebook to get an allotment. And if you don't know what an allotment is that a lot of UK homes don't have a lot of space, so people can't garden here. And so you can get a allotment, which is just a patch of land, and you can do all your gardening there. And they come in different sizes. But most of the allotments are, no word of a lie, 2 to 7 years waiting list because people get these allotments and then they hang on to them for dear life. And so with that being said, this new company popped up on the weekend and I saw their ad, and by later that day, they're like, it's already 48% sold out. So can you do any gardening? Last year I started experimenting with growing potatoes in containers, onions in containers, and it definitely wasn't the most successful, but I'm definitely learning. Can you be mindful of your portion sizes? Portion sizes are going to be the biggest thing to success if you are trying to eat better, live better, maybe lose a little bit of weight. One of the things that I love about Beachbody programs is that they come with a meal plan. And so with that being said, in the 21-day fix program, they show you that you can have most things. It actually just comes down to the amount of these things that you're eating. So if you are looking at getting a little bit healthier, ensure that you're looking at the portion sizes that you should be having of each of these ingredients. Now, the next thing that old money looks at when it comes to health is the health of their children. So essentially, what does this mean? I'm not a parent yet, so some of you may be thinking that I shouldn't be talking about this, and I probably shouldn't. But I think it's pretty safe to say that most of us know that we're not going to get the most balanced diet by having fast food. I'm not here to name and shame anybody because there probably may be a time where that is all the resources that I have, but if you can, try not to give your children fast food. Make sure that they get regular exercise. I think this goes without saying. And obviously less TV. I think that it's very easy to fall into these bad habits, but equally, I think that sometimes we have to be a little bit flexible. So just those are some pointers to keep in the back of our head, although this is a judgment-free zone. Do you take your dental health into consideration? So I have to be honest with you, I am terrified of the dentist and I haven't gone to the dentist as much as I should have. But regardless of if you are afraid of the dentist or not, I think it's pretty safe to say if you brush your teeth daily, floss as much as you can, you're gonna be set up for success. Obviously, some people have genetic dispositions where they have more dental problems than others. If you are that person, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you already know this. Now, another way that we can level up our dental health at home or going into a dental clinic is by getting teeth whitening done. This is something that we can easily do at home, but obviously if you're looking for that really bright Hollywood gleam, then you might want to get this done in a clinic. That being said, it's not going to add to the health of your teeth, but it will look good. Anyways, ladies, that is it for this video. I hope you're enjoying this series all about the habits of old money and how we can live better while spending less. If you enjoyed this video, again, it would help me so much if you press that like button, and if you enjoyed it, I would be so honored if you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.